Hi again, guys. So let's continue our rapid miner. So after doing the pre-processing, we're going to try the classification method. We're going to use supervised learning. This time we're going to use a decision tree model. So before we proceed, watch the part one video, which is the pre-processing and where's the data is all about and all other details, and then you can proceed into this video, which is the actual classification method usage, and this case the decision tree model. So after doing all these steps in the part one, let's proceed with the decision tree. So you can just go in the operator and type in decision tree, and then we're going to split the data 20% in here, and then the other, it means, so if you look at the split data, it's 75-25. The 75% will go in the decision tree, so the other 25% will go into uh, go in the apply model. Do this one here. So we just connect it to the apply model, and then what it means is that the 75% will go to the decision tree model, and then it will go in the apply model area. So the other 25%, we're just going to proceed it into connect it directly. So I'm gonna move it up so you can see that it's connected. So 75% is going to the decision tree, and the 25% will have no decision tree uh, algorithm in it, so it will just go directly to apply model. So it provides like a differentiation between the difference between the decision tree outcome and without the decision tree. And then let's measure the performance of the model. So type in the performance, and then so let's click this one and connect it to the performance, and then the apply model will go right here, and then the performance will go right here, and then directly here. So that's it, that's the decision tree. So let's see the outcome on this one. So before I proceed also, uh, the data on this one is almost like 1 million datas, but then I need to upgrade in order to use that 1 million. I don't know why, but right now I can just use up to 10,000 data. So it's not that credible compared to the 1 million data, of course. But in order to proceed to it, we need to upgrade our rapid miner, which is pretty expensive. So we'll just use the 10,000 data for this example. So let's run it. So you can see the decision tree. This is how the outcomes, how the decision tree model uh, examine the data. So it's quite uh, what do you call it? It's quite confusing as well. So in here, this is how the model chooses. So in case maybe someone asks you how the decision tree come up with the model, so it's up to the machine, so which one is the priority, and then it goes and it examines it until it comes up with the the decision. So let's see the performance vector. So this one, the performance vector, this one, this is where the tab is, and the apply model, this is the this one. So if we take out the apply model, so we're not gonna see this tree, but at the same time, if we take out the performance, we're not gonna see the performance vector. So in here we have the accuracy. So that means our data has a accuracy of 87.31%. So before we proceed with this performance data, let me just reiterate what decision tree model actually. So if we look at here, the decision tree method is a supervised learning method for classification and regression. The goal is to create a model that predicts the value of a target variable by learning simple decision rules inferred from the data sources. That- So here, based on the data, it will decide which one is the priority, and then move on and then compare it again and again until it has its decision. And then let's go back to the performance area. So if we look at the design, we're just using the criterion gain ratio, so we can change it to different criterion. We can use information Gini index and all this one. So we can try this Gini index. Let's see this one. See it, it it has a better accuracy. So you, you can just try to modify most of these criterion, as well as the minimal gains, leaf size, the number of split. So the goal is to get higher accuracy, of course. So for now, let's use the gain index, and then we can discuss what the performance vector is. So this is what I'm talking about. So we only process 10,000 rows of the data out of the 1 million data that we have, as we need to upgrade the license in RapidMiner, which is pretty expensive for me, so I'm not gonna do that. So since I'm just going to show you how RapidMiner works, so let's see this table now. What's the table is all about? So basically, the accuracy is 88.04%. So that means that uh, it has 88.04% to predict a high risk or low risk individual, which is the using the Gini index criterion. So Gini index is a measure of inequality between the distributions of label characteristics. S- Splitting on a chosen attribute results in a reduction in the average Gini index of the resulting subsets. So with the above result, this one, it shows that 93.23% predicted to be low risk patient, while 59.79% for the high risk were predicted to be high risk patient, with a class recall of 61.87%. And then so basically the class recall, which is the 61.87% for the high risk, this is the true the high risk. So individual is a bit low, which means that um, the model identifies almost like half of the time, just be just 50%, slightly above 50%. It identifies all like true high risk individual. So it identifies 61.87% a high risk individual. So a reason for this one could be like maybe we don't have enough high risk individual data. That's why it doesn't have like good recall compared to the This one, which shows 92.66% class recall, which means it identifies the false data or the low risk individual 92.66%. It identifies correctly the low risk patient. Maybe because we got a lot of the data showing low risk, so it has enough data to examine. So yeah, that's the uh, basically the performance. So class precision as well. So it has the prediction false, it predicted false, and then it's actually false. So this is what it means. And then it this one also, it means prediction is false, but it's actually true. So you can see the table, the prediction is true, but it's false. The prediction is true, and then which is actually true. So this is what it means. So in here, in the decision tree predicted false, and then it is actually false. One, this is the result, and then the machine predicted false, and then it's actually true. So here it has a better precision, which is 93% compared to the prediction of being true, which is wrong because it's actually false in here in this column. And then it predicted true, and then it's actually true. So it only has a plus precision of 59%, so slightly above 50%, which means that it has a 50-50 chance, slightly better than 50% of identifying high risk individual. So that's the uh, decision tree model. So again, you need to pre-process the data. You can watch the part one for this one, and that's it for the decision tree.